What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled, Has the American Dream Lost Its Luster? And I'll try to make it a little shorter than that. But what I'm talking about right now is, the American dream in itself. People come from all around the world to be successful in America. People go from other countries, and to have the American dream. You got people who come up from poverty and dream to be rich and successful and famous. Drinking that Bob Marley. Yes, that's right. And what happens is, because of places like China, Dubai, Europe, I would say India, growing, Japan for sure, and other countries in the global markets and global economies, the American dream isn't head and shoulders above every other country. Like, I don't think people drink the Kool-Aid anymore. I think because of the economy, not necessarily economy, but the way that this country is looked at globally as being entitled bullies and users and manipulators and warmongers and stuff like that. I think most people from other places look at America like it's the greatest thing on earth. And then, they have their family members that leave their homeland, their countries, and they come here and they never go back. But you have people who go back and forth. And you start thinking about, why you can have America and the American dream on the internet. So I don't think it's as lucrative as it used to be. I don't think it has the same panache that it used to have, because, you still have people that are going to come here and are going to want to get the stamp of approval by America, but you have Americans going abroad and expanding their horizon in global markets. And realizing that, America's dollar ain't what it used to be. These other people have more money or better money as far as foreign exchange dollars. You have better technologies and people who have different cultures that you're not seeing. And you're having America in some ways behind everybody. If we can't put a sanction on you, we may not be able to control you, right? So no sanctions, y'all getting paid, and y'all got more money than we do. And the fact that this country owes China so much money, and I think borrows money from probably the Middle East now, it says a lot, because how are you going to be the face of success globally, but you're in debt and begging other countries for help? So I think that affects the American dream. I think the people in this country who've seen capitalism is rigged, it's like an oligarchy, and it's really a hidden monopoly where you will have some anomalies, but it's pretty much fixed that of who's getting in and who's getting out. Like, you know, even when we are on this YouTube platform, we know that people's numbers are getting messed with, and people's views and channels are getting messed with, and that goes the same in business. So because of that, the American dream takes a hit because there is no true competition when you're sabotaging people because if you didn't sabotage people, you would have no handle on who could be successful and who couldn't. And now what happens is it's not a free market, it's not a free economy, it's not capitalism. It's the illusion of capitalism. And the illusion of capitalism, when people um, grow, get smarter, get older, get wiser, they start realizing I can't have the American dream. You add inflation to that, and the cost of living increases, and the stagnation of wages, and the beginning of automation and the doubling and the exponential growth of technological advances that are in some ways going to beat out human beings or catch up with human beings in a vastly quick time period, which the people who are working with these technologies, they know this already. Don't you think these people are consolidating all of their intelligence and their resources for the day that the real resource you may need on this earth, that's going to be, maybe that will be too much to is water. And it's crazy because this planet is like surrounded by water, but can I see them making water a commodity? Yep. The fact that a cryptocurrency is exploding, I think it's in direct correlation with our fiat currency plummeting. So, you need a new shell game to get people's money into to finance the richest of the rich. Now you got to get in where you fit in on that. I will say that, like, get in, make your money, get out. That's how I look at it. Classic pump and dump stock. Even though people, it's an investment for some, I get it. But I mean, I think other cryptocurrencies will come out after that, and have just as much as an exponential. You don't even need that exponential growth, really. You just need pop, 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 just a quick, rise to stardom. But I think this affects the American dream. I think the ability, the fact that the birth rates are dropping, which means people are going to have a longer window to make their dream possible because they don't have kids or they can't afford kids, is also going to affect the American dream, because will the cream rise to the top? Not necessarily in this social media age where you have people gravitating to gimmicks and not skill or something of substance. So I think this all affects, the American dream. Chasing a dying American dream. That's what I should call this. Because people can't see themselves as being able to make the great strides that were made in other generations. Even though technology should be the leveler, should level the playing field, because you can't really control everything, or you can't put a face behind everything. It's just a service now. But the problem with that is people are working to control everything. So you have to go through somebody who says yay or nay to your success online, because even if you're providing a great service, they don't want you to profit off of it. I think it's going to be a lot of um, sabotage and then buyouts to be a subsidiary. So kills the American dream. Same thing with home ownership. The prices keep going up, but who can? But the market and the employment is just kind of edgy, because there's always going to be a market for something, but because the market seems to be changing, I can see the job market not evolving at the same pace as technology. In industries that you might think are stable today, in 5-10 years be damn near non-existent. And now you have a mortgage to pay for. In people's shuffling of what they need to do to sustain themselves. I think this is one of these times where you can't teach old dogs. Gonna have to learn new tricks, and there's gonna be a lot of people in flux because of that. So at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be a lot of chasing a dying American dream, and you're gonna have to just get something reasonable, and not per se the dream that you had in your mind as a child. Maybe you should make the substance of your life the dream, and not the materialism. That's just in my opinion. We out. Peace.